their minutes, but in December, the Eastside Public Advisory Committee was hard at work, meeting bi-weekly, helping to get ready for the public engagement that they hope and we hope will happen soon. Ms. Marks, go ahead, please, and welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair Helps and Directors. I believe we all agree wholeheartedly that the public engagement consultation can provide decision makers with guiding information on public opinion, and your committee has implemented an exceptionally robust public engagement process during the Phase 1. In fact, it's the best that I've seen in my 30 years in this field, so I thank you for that effort. If you pledge to listen to the public, then there is the expectation to respond to the public's desires. And overwhelmingly, the message that we've heard is get it done and minimize the cost to the taxpayers. So any delay will increase the cost to the taxpayers. I think we've seen that pretty clearly by the option set cost estimates. And if we lose the grant funding, the cost increases will be dramatic. Communication materials and an approach have been developed, but the content has not been confirmed by the Core Area Liquid Waste Management Committee. So the Phase 2 hasn't been implemented in a timely manner. We at the Eastside Public Advisory Committee recommend that you act in accordance with the majority public opinion and act promptly to complete this project by the federal funding deadlines. The findings from the public consultation process are more than sufficient to move forward with the decision-making process. Should your committee choose not to adopt this recommendation, then the committee should abolish the EPAC, as it will no longer have any relevance as a representative body of the public. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for Ms. Marks on the Eastside Public Advisory Committee, the work it's been doing? Yes, Director Atwell.
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to ask a question based on what I heard. Where's the information coming from? Where is it being collected from? How are you getting this sense and this? Essentially, you're summarizing for all the public, as it's sounding to me, that this is the get it done. It's going to get. The costs are going to increase if we don't get this done in the next couple of months. Where's that coming from?
I'm only basing my comments on the information that's available publicly through the consultation process and through our EPAC meetings.
I guess the question I'm asking is it have we asked this question directly? I'm trying to figure out, frankly, how much editorializing is happening in this summary that we're hearing, because there's a natural tendency for that to happen. So have we asked these questions directly to the public? Do you want to just get it done? And are you worried about the increasing cost, or are we still in a process of trying to figure out the options, and we're trying to basically give them an understanding and give ourselves an understanding of what we're capable of doing, and get to a point where we can make a decision?
I'm not sure which part of that was a question for me.
I guess go back to the beginning of my question is, have we directly asked the public the question, should we just get it done?
I think that's more appropriate for Ms. Gibbs, and we're going to have an update on public engagement and what's coming next. So maybe if we want to give that direction to Ms. Gibbs to ask a really blunt question like that to the public, that would be the more appropriate place. Ms. Marks is just reporting on the work of the EPAC.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Thank you. Thanks, Ms. Marks. Or were there any further questions? Yes, Alternate Director Murdoch.
Just a quick question. So just so I'm clear on what the recommendations here is, the recommendation or the comments here is that the public engagement has been sufficient so far to give us a sense of what the public is looking for, and that there is sufficient enough to go and make decisions at this point. Is that the summary that you're?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Director Durman.
Madam Chair, through you, I'm presuming when these conclusions were arrived at, that the public had little idea as to what the options presented would be or what the costs involved in those options would be. Is that accurate?
I think the information that was provided to the public is all available in the public record.
But your committee came to a conclusion on the information. I presume it was reviewed, and I'm presuming there were no cost estimates in that information.
I just want to be clear. I think what Ms. Marks said isn't that we need to do no more public engagement. It's that the first phase was satisfactory and the EPAC thinks we need to get on with the next phase of public engagement, not make a decision on the options at this point. Is that correct? Just if you could clarify for us what the EPAC recommends with regards to public engagement at this point.
We believe that you need to move forward in a method, in a timely method that will maintain the funding. So if that means moving forward with the information that you have from the public already, then so be it. The public doesn't expect to make the decision on every detail of the project.
Okay, thank you. Further questions? Yes, Director Atwell?
Thank you, Chair. Just a final question. Is there a motion from the EPAC that you can point to that gives us this direction?
No, we have a process where we discuss what's going to be brought forward to the committee, and the key points of that discussion are documented in our minutes.
But there's no motion.
No, correct.
Okay, I think that's something we as a committee may need to look at. As this committee is feeding us, I'd feel more comfortable taking a direction or deciding whether or not we need to continue with EPAC or not based on a actual on-the-record motion that we can actually act upon. That would give me more comfort. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Plant, Director Plant?
I get Mr. Plant all day long. It's not a problem.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Thank you, Chair. Thank you very much, Ms. Marks, for coming in this afternoon. I would like to ask for clarification through the Chair to you. I kind of heard, I'm going to describe it as a passive-aggressive comment about you should disband the EPAC if you don't listen to what we're saying. And that's my interpretation. Can I ask you to restate that or clarify? Am I understanding that? And then what are you referring to that we should specifically do in response to this suggestion?
My comment was not that you should disband the EPAC if you're not doing what we are saying. It's if you're not moving forward with the public priorities on this. The concern for EPAC is that, to put it rather indelicately, we don't want to be used for cover if you're not aggressively implementing the public priorities. And we're very concerned about the timing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So just a question to you, Chair. My understanding of EPAC is that they are a committee that is put together to advise us on how best to do public consultation. Correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm with Mayor or Director Atwell on this, just feeling a little uncomfortable, the conversational, we think you should do this. I think we should address how it's being done at this level so that this comes a little clearer. And I'm wondering if they're within their bounds to suggest this, if their real purpose is to suggest to us how to do public consultation, not when it's time to do consultation versus what to consult on. So something for me to think about. Thank you, Ms.
I
Marks.
think Director Atwell makes a good point. The minutes of the EPAC are very detailed and shows that they've been hard at work. I think if there's a direction that the EPAC would like to suggest with regards to public consultation, I think the timing of public consultation is within the bounds of how we consult the public, because it's quickly, not slowly or whatever. But a motion would be a good idea. So I'll just send that back to EPAC. If the EPAC wants to pass a motion urging us to engage the public sooner rather than later, or some other thing, I think that would be very useful. So
Thank you.
okay, thank you very much.